Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So sweeties, today we're going to do a haul video, and this is my collected haul for the month of May, and these kinds of videos are really very fast becoming one of my favorite videos in the month because it's just so much fun to show you makeup and to talk about it, and I don't know, it's almost as good as the new makeup releases videos who are still my favorite videos. So anyway, this is we're going to talk about a lot today because I told you already last time in my last collected haul for the month of April, where I only received one palette, that this month is going to be a little bit more crazy, and it is not that crazy considering what other people buy, but there are a lot of things that I actually bought in April or in March that I haven't even gotten yet. So it's coming. It's coming at some point, maybe in the next collected haul for the month of June. Okay, so let's maybe go in with the first thing because I have that on my face, and that is the High Times bundle from Cara Beauty. Now, I got all of these three palettes. This is the Purple Haze palette that I'm working with right now. This is my second look, I believe. Yeah, I think it's my second look. This is what the palette looks like. I'm not going to take away a lot about what I think about it because I want you to come back and watch the review that I'm going to film. But anyway, so this is the first palette. Then we have the Orange Pop palette, oops, which still learning, which looks like this. Not so much the color scheme I'm liking right now, but it came as a bundle, so that's why I got all three of them. I was vibing more, of course, with the green one and the pink one that I just showed you. So this is the Girl Scout palette, which is probably for me right now the most beautiful out of the three, but I didn't want to jump on this one because then my most favorite would be gone already, you know, so I wanted to sort of slowly build it, and this is probably going to be the last one that I'm working with because I sort of want to keep the anticipation up. So it's of course very beautiful. In every of these palettes you have of course a load of mattes, then you have a couple of shimmers, duochromes also, and then you also have pressed glitters, which I don't care at all. I like to have pressed glitters once in a while, and I love to, like, I absolutely have no problem doing looks with that. So that is not an issue for me. That's why I bought those palettes. I love the color scheme. I loved that it came as a bundle. I think, if I remember right, I paid for three palettes like this $36, which is, you know, that's a good price. And this is also my first impression about of Cara Beauty as a brand, which is super exciting for me because, and I'm also going to go into that a little bit later, I am all for trying affordable makeup. That is becoming more and more my thing because yes, I'm on a limited budget, even though maybe it doesn't look to you like it, but it's a struggle, you know, it's a struggle to run a beauty channel and to not be able to buy everything that is on the market, or not even the most favorite things that are right now being reviewed or whatever. But what I want to do is I want to test affordable makeup brands and see if they work and if I can recommend them to you, so you can save money, you know, and we all can save money. And it's just, maybe if enough people would do that, we could just turn around this whole crazy trend to like legitimizing more and more the crazy prices in the makeup industry. So yes, the brands should be paid for the work they're doing. Also, creative work is work, you know, also for the material and for everything, and they should have a profit. But $120 for a palette, it's not okay, you know, it's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to like go in the other direction, and I'm going to try to feature brands that are a little bit more affordable, so we can all benefit from this, hopefully. So this is Cara Beauty. I'm super excited to work with this right now. Of course, I'm not going to work with all of these three in a row. It's going to be one, and then I'm going to go to a different brand, and then I'm going to come back to this and do the other ones. So because otherwise it gets boring for me, and probably for you too. So anyway, but that is coming up shortly. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, which is, let's stay maybe with the affordable makeup, because I got two palettes that I ordered obviously from Amorous USA, and I've told you already about this. I think that I did order something from Amorous USA. Now here I have the Snow Queen palette, which looks like this. Let me just take the plastic out. which looks like this. Now I think this is an amazing palette. It already looks brilliant. I already fell in love with this one a long time ago, and it took me some time to pull the trigger to actually put an order in, but I really like the color scheme, and I also like the size of the palette. This is my kind of playground that I want, you know? So here we also have 2 pressed glitters. This shade came a little bit broken. I just haven't gotten around to fix it, and that will apply to a few other things because shipping to Israel is a killer for every makeup. Just so you know, you become like very skilled in fixing makeup. You know, so anyway, I just haven't gotten around to do it yet, but it should not be a problem. Anyway, beautiful greens, 2 pressed glitters, couple of shimmers, really nice, beautiful dark greens. I love that. There is a super nice vibe in this palette. Absolutely in love with this one. And then I also bought a Dinala palette, which looks like this. This is also, it also has beautiful greens. It also has rosy nudes. It also has cool neutrals. Really nice. And purples, of course. Really beautiful. There is a beautiful shade. I don't know if you can see this. This one is like a green shade that has some kind of a blue pigment in it that... it might be a pressed glitter, honestly. I'm not 100% sure right now. I don't want to touch it yet. But anyway, this came, of course, undamaged, as you can see. And it's really beautiful. Now there is a bit of a smell to the palettes, which is probably just the glue that they use to glue in the pans, but I know that already from You Can Be Makeup, and I know that it's going to go away, so it doesn't bug me at all. I'm not scared by that anymore the way I used to be. So, and yeah, so that is that. So this is the Nala palette. I'm super excited to try out this brand because these palettes were also, I don't remember exactly the exact amount anymore, but they were also super affordable. Like for the size of them, I think it must have been around like $15 or something. I don't want to say something wrong. If you're interested, everything is going to be linked in the description box, so you can of course go to the website and check it out yourself. But I'm really thrilled to try out these affordable brands because it just makes sense. So something else that was sort of affordable, which I consider Juvia's Place, I finally, and I have to thank my lovely subscribers for this, because the second those two looking familiar this is the Violets palette. Let me just open this for you. This is the Violets palette, 6-pan palette. 6 pans are not for me, but I ordered 2 of them. Of course, originally there is also a very neutral palette, and then I think they called it the chocolate palette, or like a very dark brown palette, that I didn't order because I really don't need that. And just to be completionist, I'm trying to not do that. You know, if I already know I'm not going to use those palettes, even though the investment is not super huge. I think they retail for $14, and I got them, I think, on a sale. So I think I paid like $9 for each one. So this one I bought, this is the Violets one, and this one here is the Berries one. This one is the Berries one, which is of course also super beautiful. Pretty dark for my complexion, but I will have to pull in something else to make this work. But it is super stunning. Let's just put them up next to each other. So of course the temptation was absolutely there to just go in and buy the whole bundle, because of course there is also a better deal on the palettes when you buy the bundle, and so on and so forth. But I had to tell myself, Leorah, the world is not going to stop turning if you do not have the complete set. It is okay. You know already you're not going to use them. Don't buy it. So I only bought what I actually wanted, and that is great. You know, I was very proud of myself, even though even now I feel the anxiety of, well, you missed out on that one. You missed out. How could you do that? You know, if you're already putting in an order, just order it all so you feel safe. But sweeties, it's makeup. This is not for making us safe. This is for fun. You know, this is for fun, and for me it's also work, but it's still fun. So anyway, this is what Juvia's Place is, and that is of course also sort of mid-range affordable. I consider that mid-range affordable. Okay, then let's move on to the Collective Cosmetics, and I've showed you this on my last update of my haul video from April, because I received those, I think, a day after I published my April haul. And as I told you in my April haul, I showed you only one palette that I had gotten, and then 2 days I think later I got 2 packages. So one of them was from the Collective Cosmetics, and I had ordered this at the height of the corona outbreak. I had ordered this, and I I was so in love with the color scheme of the palette, and I also definitely wanted to try out the highlighter shades in the palette. I have done looks with this. I have already filmed a review. This is going to come, I think on Thursday. The review of this palette is coming up. So this I ordered, and when I then took out everything from the package, because I thought it's only this one, I found this one. This is also, of course, from the Collective Cosmetics, and this is the Mandela Effect palette, which looks like this. I'm not so good at this, apparently, because I constantly drop the plastic. Okay, dug my nails into the shades. So this is the Mandela Effect palette, and I got this actually as PR, as in like a gift from the Collective Cosmetics. Really, you know, I still cannot really get over this, because this is, you know, it's huge for me. This is huge. This happens never, almost ever, you know. So I'm absolutely in awe and thankful and grateful and so thrilled. And yes, I will work with this also, and I'm going to feature it, and I'm going to film a review. It's just that I don't want to do the same brand like right after each other, you know. I want to do one palette of a brand, then go to a different brand, and then come back at some point to the other palette, just the way I told you also about the Cara Beauty palette bundle there, because for me, I need that for my creativity, to not stay with one brand for like more than 1 week, because I need the different formulas. I need to sort of be triggered, and I need to, in a good way, and I need to be challenged, you know. Once I figured out how the formula of one brand works, I don't want to say it gets boring. That's not true, and it's not what I mean. It's just that it sort of pushes me, you know, to sort of adjust myself each week to something else. So that's why I'm going to get back to this at some point. Of course I will. And if you're eyeing this, then you will of course have a review here. And as I told you, this one will come, God willing, on Thursday. On the same day, I received another package, and that was from Lois Cosmetics, and also that I already featured in a Chatty video as an update to my April haul. So I got these two palettes. I had ordered those from Lois Cosmetics. Lois Cosmetics is a UK-based indie brand, and as is, by the way, the Collective Cosmetics. So UK-based, and this is the first release of that brand, and she came out with this palette, which is the Rose Metal palette. There is already a review up on my channel, and I already know that a couple of you, according to my review, or as a result of my review, went ahead and bought this palette. So congratulations, you will not regret it. This is a very, very beautiful palette. And then the companion palette to that is the Gone Rogue palette. I have not filmed with this yet. I haven't tried it yet. This is how she looks. It's super beautiful. There is also a pressed glitter here, which is super pretty. It's like shifting green, purple, blue. Beautiful. I can't wait to work with this. Again, the same thing applies here, that I do not want to work with the same brand, you know, for weeks. That's why I took a break after the Rose Metal palette, and I will of course get to this as soon as I can. So yeah, that is super exciting that I got those two brands shipped to me on one day. For me, that's exciting, yeah. But anyway, so that is Lois Cosmetics. Very, very good customer service, as is also the Collective Cosmetics was very, very good customer service, and also the performance was really, really good. Okay, we're moving on to this here. This is Be Elegant. I bought... Finally, I bought something from Be Elegant Cosmetics. I have been eyeing that brand for so long, and then there was finally a sale, and I could actually buy something. And now I have to be a bit careful, because this palette arrived a little bit shattered, so I'm going to be super careful lifting this up. This is the Winter Storm palette, sweeties. So this is how she looks. This is a purely gray, silver, and black palette, and I wanted this palette as soon as it released. I think that must have been maybe in November or December last year, in 2019. Now, I wanted that palette ever since, and it was just too expensive for me. But I always figured, you know, instead of buying the Smoke Show palette, I think now it has a new name, Smoke Show palette from Colourpop, the 9-pan palette that they had to remove and rename. I don't know what the name is now and whatever, so I didn't follow that anymore. But I wanted to have that palette. But then I thought, you know what, here I get so many more shades, and I really like that. So yeah, I think this is way more versatile, and I'm really looking forward to doing a couple of looks with this. I don't know how many looks this is going to be, because after all, at the end of the day, it's going to be grays and silvers and black, you know? So I don't want to over stress myself with colors like this, because at the end of the day, this is not my color scheme. But I really wanted to have one palette like this in my collection, because I think this is super important, you know, for me. For me, this is super important. Stuff like that is important to me. So anyway, I still have to fix this shade and this shade, because of course it came broken, and of course that sounds horrible, but yeah, it did come broken, so what can I do? But I will be able to fix it, so don't worry about it. And of course also this will be featured on my channel. I don't know yet with how many looks, probably not 5, but probably like 3 or something I will for sure do. So I'm super excited to finally try out this brand, because they have come out with so many nice things, and I definitely have had my eyes on Be Elegant Cosmetics for a long time. So I'm thrilled that I finally have this. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention at the very beginning when we spoke about the High Times palettes from the High Times bundle from Cara Beauty, they also threw in this liquid lipstick here, or is it a lip gloss? I'm not 100% sure. Is it a lip gloss? It's a lip gloss which looks like this. Just get this closer to you. So this is like a corally, kind of a corally pink, I would say. It smells good. It smells good. A little bit like cocos. I still don't know how to say this. Cocos. You know, the nut. You know, it smells good. I'm personally not too much into glosses, but I will use them if they are not drying down matte. So I like this, you know. I guess glosses never dry down matte. That's usually like liquid lipsticks, right? So anyway, gloss is a gloss, so it's supposed to shine. So this is also, they threw this in as a gift, as a thank you for ordering, and thank you so much, Cara Beauty, if you're seeing this. So that is great. And then we're moving on to another palette that arrived broken, and this one was seriously damaged, because this one had actually spilled all over, and it was not the matter of the packaging. I ordered this from P. Louise. This is the Love Tapes palette, and again, I have to be really careful. Now, this is super bulky packaging. Sweeties, this is enormous, gymongous, or whatever the right term for this is. But this is the Love Tapes palette. I love this palette the second it appeared on the makeup scene horizon. And yes, I'm not too super thrilled to have highlighters in the palette. That also applies to the highlighters in the Collective Cosmetics palette, in the MoonTwin palette that I showed you. But I put all of those palettes that have that, I put them here in front of me, so I don't forget that I have those highlighters, because I still, after I've done the review, I want to of course also still use the highlighters. So I'm going to try to open this. And it was, what I wanted to say is that this was not the fault. I was just being really careful here. So here you can see how shattered that highlighter shade is. Here on this side, and it has also spilled over the whole palette, but I think that is fixable. Not the highlighter itself, but I contacted of course P. Louise, and they will send me a new highlighter. They also offered me to send me a new palette, but then they said you have to send us this one back, and it's just too much of a hassle. So they said the other thing we could do is we can send you a new highlighter. We have some of them as singles, so we'll send you this, and you can just depot this one and put the new one in, and I just hope that that one will not arrive broken. But I mean, the color scheme, let me just open this again. The color scheme of the palette is just super oh no, now everything fell out. That was supposed to happen. Okay, the color scheme of the palette is of course super pretty, and I cannot wait once this is cleaned up and I have the replacement shade. I cannot wait to work with this. Of course, I will not touch it before, because it's just a super huge mess. I have it all on my lap right now. So let me just take a break, clean up, and then I'll come back with the rest. Okay, so that was a huge waste of highlighter. It breaks my heart, but anyway, I'm getting a new one, so that is great. I also want to really point out that the customer service of P. Louise was absolutely spectacular. Yes, it took them some time to get back to me, but they already said when I sent them my email to the customer service to please give them a little bit more time to answer, because the load of questions and whatever the customer service is getting is right now really high. So I knew that it would take some time. I put the package to the side. I left everything the way it was, took pictures and whatever, sent it all to them, and they were so sweet when they came back to me, and that was really, really nice. So I was super thrilled. I'm looking forward to work with this as soon as it's fixed and I can actually, you know, put it to work the way it should. It is way bigger than I thought it would be. Way bigger, this whole package. And I'm so glad that I'm into big palettes, because it doesn't scare me, but really it's seriously big. Okay, so let's maybe move on to something else, and that is from Beauty Glazed. I ordered one lip product from Beauty Glazed, which is, I don't know why I did that, why I went for one, but this is the one that I like. This is the shade Rain, and this is called Matte Liquid Lipstick. I don't know. Why did I buy a matte liquid lipstick? This is against everything I believe in. But it doesn't really look matte, you know? It's like an orangey coral rust, I don't know, kind of a shade. It looks really, really pretty, honestly. And yeah, so this is how it looks. Maybe I should swatch also the one that I got from Cara Beauty. So this is how it looks, and let's see how it smells. Like whatever, it's not ugly. So this is how it looks. Let me just get the one from Cara Beauty so we can compare it while we're already playing with makeup. Why not, right? So this is a little bit more pinkish, obviously. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, I think you can see the difference, that this is a little bit more pink and the other one is leaning a little bit more like brown, and this one, see this? Yeah, I think one sees it. So anyway, this is what it is. These are the two lip products that I got. One as a gift, the one from Cara Beauty, and then of course the one from You Can Be, which was of course super affordable. So that's why I tried it. I should have probably gone for more, but I don't want to, before I know what I'm getting into, I don't want to like spend a lot of money on stuff like this that I don't know yet. Okay, the other thing that I got from China is the You Can Be Changeable Fantasy palette. Now, I thought I'm going to use this palette as a dupe for the Jekyll and Hill #2 from Morphe that I decided not to buy because I'm on a break with Morphe and with Jekyll and Hill. So I thought that this is going to be the same size, and it's going to be a lot of shades, because I think it's 39 shades also, whatever. So now it turns out that it's this small. So let me just pull in the original Jekyll and Hill palette, which is this big. So in the pictures online, everywhere, this palette looks like it would be a size of the James Charles palette from Morphe or the Jekyll and Hill #1 palette. So let me just open this for you. This was a huge disappointment. I thought, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know? So this is how she looks. What was I thinking? I'm so glad that I just spent, I think I spent $10 or $11 on this, but still I'm upset about it, because I feel like maybe I shouldn't have expected more. I'm not happy about this at all. You know, I'm probably going to give this away to my daughters to play with, but I don't want to even go into this. It has these silly small pans like those Going to Brazil palettes or whatever they were called. Take Me Back to Brazil from BH Cosmetics that came out like 2 years ago or something. I think I started with those palettes, you know, that was good for starting and for trying out and whatever, but I'm not there anymore, you know. I have come a long way since then. So this is not going to be for me, but I still wanted to show you, and now that I've shown you, I can give it to my kids to play with, because this is silly makeup, you know. I'm not into this. So anyway, that is that. A bit of a disappointment. And then there is one more thing that I bought actually here locally in my Kiko Milano store, after they had finally opened up the shop again, you know, because our shopping malls have opened up again, of course, with security, you know, masks and hand sanitizers everywhere, and they're also posting on the entrance of each store how many people can be in the store at the same time, and so on and so forth. So I went there because during the whole time of isolation, my bone color mat that I'm always using from Kiko Milano got a huge pan, and I was almost freaking out. Yes, I do have more bone color mats, but this one from Kiko Milano was my perfect shade, and I was thinking what I'm gonna do if the stores don't open for the next 2-3 months or something, and I will not be able to buy a replacement for that bone color mat. So I went into the store and I wanted to buy a replacement, and then I thought, I panicked. I panicked. I was like, what if the corona cases are rising again? What if this and that happened? What if we will be locked down for years? I need to have a bone color matte to function. I know I'm crazy. This is totally irrational. But then instead of buying a replacement for my bone color matte, I bought this. I bought a whole big setting powder, which looks like this. Let me just take off the plastic, which is more or less the same color like my bone color matte was, just that there is like 4 times the product in this than in the small pan of my little bone color matte. So anyway, this is a challenge of how often I can say bone color matte in one video, just so you know. So I bought this, and usually you probably know that I am not into pressed powders at all, because I'm not using pressed powders on my face at all. But for this purpose, to have it here right in front of me when I'm doing my looks and when I have to pull in a shade like this, to give me that, you know, to make the blending out easier of darker shades and whatever, if I don't have a transition shade, then I have that here. And I'm actually, now I feel relieved that I did get it, because as of right now I feel so insecure about what's going on, what's going to happen, if life will ever be normal again. Well, somehow normal. So it kind of makes me feel safe to know that I have my bone color matte. Is that crazy? It probably is. But anyway, so the last thing I wanted to mention, and I also bought that in a local store in that same shopping mall, we have a local brand which is called Wow Cosmetics. And I went there, and usually I don't buy anything there. I just go through the store and smile at it, because it's sort of like a very cheapo store, and you know, the quality of the makeup is not my piece of cake. But then I thought, okay, so I saw lip glosses, and they are like topper shades and or lip glosses. Okay, so these are duochrome, and I really wanted to try this, and I've been using that already in so many videos as a topper shade, though not on its own, because lip gloss, you know how I'm vibing with lip gloss. But I'm using those as topper shades on my bullet lipsticks, and they actually super transform every color that I have, and it's just super pretty. So this one is a pink with a blue shift. I don't know if it comes across on video. It's probably gonna look really pink. If it even shows up, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, the scratches are from my rabbits. Nobody else is hurting me, just in case you were worried. So this is a shade number 13, then I have number 11 and number 10. So let's go to number 10, which is more of a corally orangey shade. Maybe you see it better like this. So this is how it looks on the finger, and this is how it looks here. Is anyone seeing anything? I don't know. Okay, so and then the last one, and that is also really the last thing that I want to feature in my haul, is a bit of a lighter shade. This is the number 11. This is like a very light pink with a golden shift. So that might even less show up on me. But as I said, when I'm putting that on as a topper shade for my bullet lipsticks, it actually shows up really nicely. So you can see probably that there is like a very light, even like a golden green shift to it. Maybe you can see it. So anyway, now you saw all the lip products swatched out and all my other products, and I'm super excited. I love these kinds of videos when I can talk to you about makeup. It's just, I love this. So let me know if you love it too. Okay, so I have of course ordered more than this. I did, and I have to wait till it comes to me. Okay, so anyway, this is it for today. You will find everything linked in the description box, at least the brands you will find linked in the description box, and you can check out everything that you saw here. Besides that, I hope you had a good girlfriend time with me. I'm just super thrilled that actually, you know what, I'm filming this on the day you're seeing this. I'm filming this in my morning, and it's going to go up in my evening, so I have quite some work to do still. But just so you know, this is how I look today, sweeties. Okay, this is life and in color, and this is Leorah. Okay, sweeties, I love you. Please come back tomorrow for my next video, which is going to be new makeup releases. It's going to be a super fun video. Please bring time because it's long. And also on Thursday I'm going to have a video, so if you're new here, then please subscribe so you won't miss out on any of my uploads. And besides that, I hope you have an awesome day or an awesome evening whenever you're seeing this, and up until next time, go ahead and sparkle. Love you so much. Bye.